Okay, guys, this is going to be my review of the film John Carter of Earth. No, just John Carter. John Carter. It's fun, and no one really talks about this film. Um, but I know it bombed at the box office. So what do I think? It's mixed for me because some of the action sequences in the world building is superb. Like that final act, the final war sequence, great visually and great, just a great sequence. The world building of the different characters, the different parts of Mars, the magic and all that stuff, great. But the actual story and the characters, it's tricky for me because they have great sequences, great moments, but the final product is pretty because the coolest sequence, starting out on Earth, then you get to Mars and you're like, oh, this is super cool. But then once they got into the juice of the story in the middle act, and it's just them running in the Mars desert, and it felt like a lot of the stuff felt cliche. The woman and John and the woman are gonna fall in love. The woman has to get married upon forcefully by without her own will. It was just every cliche of two armies trying to unite. Obviously it doesn't end up happening. Then they have to have another army, a third party army, and what's gonna bridge the gap? Of course, it's marriage, and it's like you see that all the time. And it's just, but again, that world building of the worlds and the characters and the creatures and the species and the magic and the sci-fi, all the elements are great. And John Carter's an interesting character. But something I thought was weird, they never made it clear whether he had superpowers or if it was just because of on Mars there's less gravity. They never really made that. Maybe they did, and I missed it. I'll be totally honest. Maybe I missed it. But I feel like they never made that clear. The fact that I can miss something as huge as does he have superpowers or does he not is weird, I guess. But and then the last 10 minutes are crazy weird. Like, oh, he goes back to Earth. He fakes his death, and he gives his journal up, and he goes back to. It was so weird and so just bonkers, like this thing, and it felt like they trimmed down what honestly would have been a weird third act. And honestly, this film suffered from them not making a sequel, because this film clearly by the end was hinting at this film needs a sequel from everything that was happening. It felt like it was almost not like it was incomplete. But everything that happened toward the end, it was we don't know what happens next. The villain's still out there. We don't know. And so I think it suffered from that, a film that probably needs a sequel, but yet is really not going to get one. So, I have mixed feelings on it. And by the way, some of the visual effects are great, but some of them are not. The visual effects for the green aliens are great. But, there's a pod racing sequence where John Carter escapes. The visual effects are horrible. It literally looks like it's John Carter in a animated video game. It looks like Spy Kids 3 level of visual effects, which Spy Kids 3 has some of the worst visual effects ever. It was because I think it was probably because of how fast they needed to go that it was hard to fully composite everything in that sequence, because it's they're going so fast that there's only one because the whole background I'm sure is CGI, because the spaceships are all CGI, but I'm sure it's because they're going so fast that they couldn't fully animate what was really needed to happen in that sequence. But I mix on it. So some of the sequences are great, like the arena sequence, the final battle, and the stuff on Earth, the opening sequence, great. But the actual story of it, not the biggest fan of. But anyways, stay tuned for more videos coming right at you.